Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the Comic John YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, John Hassinger, for this backing out of the driveway reaction to The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, The Convert. Awesome episode. Might have been my favorite regular episode non-finale of The Mandalorian. This was basically a tale of two people who were adjusting or are going through just major life adjustments. You know, Dr. Pershing from, he was in season 1. We saw him for a second in season 2. He is being radicalized. He's kind of like one of the Nazi scientists that the Americans brought over and turned into an American. That's like what they're doing with all these former Imperial employees, like the guys who, like the janitors, and obviously, yes, the scientists, the cops. I mean, this episode had so much Andor feel to it. There were many moments where I kept forgetting that we were watching The Mandalorian, because for about the first 10% and the last 10% of the episode, we get Din and Grogu and Bo-Katan, but in the middle 80%, it's all Dr. Pershing and this girl whose name, it basically kind of sounds like Liar. I'm drawing a blank right now because, as I said, I'm in my car backing out of the driveway now. I'm driving out of my neighborhood. But anyway, the bulk of the story is this girl, Dr. Pershing. All his work was put on hold. His work is done. Like whatever he was doing for the Empire, the cloning, that's all finished. But he's like, look, I could have saved my mom if I could continue my work, because she had this, failing organ, and I could have, with the cloning technology, saved her. So this girl is like, your work must continue, Dr. Pershing. So she convinces him to go to this lot where they got all these broken down, decommissioned old Star Destroyers from the Empire, just sitting there, full of stuff. It's like a Pawn Star's dream. And she's like, yo, there's a lab there, and we can get what you need. So they go, they get what he needs, and it was all set up. And she's obviously working for the Empire. She's obviously like a cell. And I'm gonna guess working for Thrawn, for Grand Admiral Thrawn, the guy who's gonna be the main villain, I think, for the most part of these Disney Plus Star Wars shows that Jon Favreau's, making. Right, like I said, the beginning and the end, the first 10% is Bo and Din, just getting out of the water. She's like, hey, did you see anything? He's like, I just saw a hole. She's like, did you see anything alive? He's like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, nothing. So they get back, they get attacked by some TIE fighters. They blow up her house. They blow up her castle. That chair that she loves to sit in, it's gone. So Din brings her back, and the armor's like, yo, did you bathe in the waters? And she's like, yeah, I did. And she's like, have you taken your helmet off? And she's like, no. She's like, all right, you're part of our clan. You can leave whenever you want. And that's how it ends. Let me know what you guys thought. I thought it was such an amazing episode. It was 58 minutes, and they really... Favreau and Filoni, this season feels nothing like season 1 and 2, but it's still that great show that you just love. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. I gotta go.